Well, hello, Quantum Leap callers. It's Diane Covington. Happy early Thanksgiving. So I've been thinking we could have two different mindsets for the next 4 weeks. We could say, oh, it's the holidays. I'll just take good care of my customers and call them and get reorders. And that's fine. You might find some that still want to do some last-minute shopping. You could decorate the trunk of your car, which I totally suggest. One tip for that is take inventory boxes. I cut them down so they're about the one in the front I cut down so it's about 4 inches tall. So just take a box cutter and like basically cut the box in half long ways, however you say that, around the sides so that it's more shallow. But you nestle the boxes in your trunk. And I know this is hard if you've got a family and kids and everything, but you nestle the boxes in the trunk and then you throw a big piece of black fabric over all of it. So all it looks like is one big black, beautiful backdrop. And the stuff in the front, I do the box in the front, like everything's 25 or under, or 20 and under, and then I put the men's stuff all in one box, like in one section. Does that make sense? If they say, oh, I'm buying for a teenager, oh, that's this section over here. And then always carry a money bag with cash and receipts and all that. So you could totally do that. But I'm also having a different thought. What if you could do a whole bunch of faces? Now you might be thinking, oh my God, Diane, I don't know anybody who wants to book a big party or whatever. I'm not talking about a big party. What if you did 10 different appointments of 2 people? Or maybe 6 appointments with 3 people. So this isn't a big thing, but one of the things I was thinking is, wouldn't it be fun to do a bunch of mother-daughters? So mother-daughters are an option. Daughters are home from college, or maybe they're visiting, maybe they live out of state. And how fun, especially if the mom and the daughter don't normally get much time together, how fun would that be to do? And you could say, I'm offering mother-daughter spa sessions or mother-daughter makeovers. And you could book those. Another thing you could do is you could call it like glam night out, and you do quick skincare, and then I usually do some kind of hydration like the HA booster, and then I do a color card or a color look. I give everybody primer, everybody CC cream. If you have color cards, which are still available in Section 2, give them a color card. If you don't, then hopefully you broke open those palettes, the 2 palettes for fall, and let them play out of that. Just don't let them double dip the sponge tip kind of thing. But you could totally do that. Or the new eye crayon sticks. Not sure how you'd apply those. But anyway, so you could do mother-daughters. You could do like holiday, and you could come up with some super fun names. Holiday, like a glam slam. I don't like glam slam because that sounds kind of violent. But it's like, fun and lashes or something. So you could do a color appointment, right? You could also do what did we come up with a creative name the other day? It was like, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. It was like de-stress and detoxifying. It was all anti-aging, charcoal mask, and then literally, I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but we broke open a box of biocellulose masks. And I told everybody, so the biocellulose masks I'm breaking open are $70 a box. I'm going to ask that if you will come, you could say if you bring a friend, it's free. It's free for everybody. So it'd almost be like hostess credit kind of thing. So that's an option. You could do something like that. You could also do something with the fun theme about hydration, and you could do something like look younger than everyone else for the holidays. Cover, our Hydra, whichever one you're allowed to say, or facial glass face or whatever. And the thing is, if you came up with 4 to 5 cute themed things, and you just reach out to some of the people say, hey, I'm doing 4 different specialty sessions with just no more than 3 people at a time, because when you make it sound exclusive, they get excited. It's like U plus 2 is what I usually do. I go U plus 2, although we can always sneak in a 4th person, is what I usually say. But it could be U plus 2 mother-daughter, or U plus 2 holiday glam, or U plus 2 relax and detox. And so you could do these. You could literally host them at your house. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, my gosh, I've got kids out of school. Things are crazy. But you guys really, if you think about it, all you have to do is just clear up your kitchen table, and they would come to you. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to pack. And when you say to people, well, a lot of people aren't wanting to clean their house right now, so if you want to come to mine, I'll be set up for you when you arrive. And some people love that. And then some people will say, oh, no, I really want to entertain because I've got the house all decorated. So can you imagine, though, if you booked, let's say you come up with 5 different topics, and you just book 2 of each. That's 10 potential double facials, so you'd be doing at least 20 faces or 30 faces during the holidays. Now, here's what's cool. Men will start panicking about the 20th. So every face that you see in the next 10 days, 10 to 12 days, you get a wish list. I guarantee you something she's going to try when she's with you, she's not going to buy. Whether it be satin hands, satin lips, something, right? And what's going to happen is when she tries it with you and she wants to buy it, you're going to say, is there anything that you tried today that you're not getting that you would just absolutely love in your stocking? And I guarantee you she'll say, yeah, satin lips, satin hands, or the repair set or whatever. And say, great, who are the Santas, plural, who are the Santas in your life? And she might say, oh, my sister, my mom, and my husband. Say, great, let me get their numbers, and here's what I will tell you. This is powerful. I'll close with this. When wish list is in her handwriting, and you text it to the husband and say, hi, my name is Diane with Mary Kay. I'm your wife's professional beauty consultant is what I usually say. I have a copy of her, here's her wish list of everything she would love to have under the tree. And I end with a question, and I end with this question. Have you finished your shopping? Okay, no man that I know of, I'm sure there's a few exceptions, but no man has finished his shopping like prior to December 10th, typically. And if he says no, and if he says, yes, I finished my shopping, I say, well, what about for her stocking? Now, all the men typically want to know, some will ask what's on her list, but most just say, how much is everything on her list? And so, because I blew it one time, very first husband I ever called decades ago, asked me, well, how much is everything on her list? And I blew it, you guys. I didn't have it pre-added with tax. So I was like scrambling in my head going, hold on a second. And I'm kind of doing the math, and I just rounded it up because of tax. And I was like, I think it's like whatever. So add up everything on her list, and I would say to him, let's say he says, well, how much is everything on her list? Well, everything with tax, I don't charge for the wrap, unless I buy like extra things like sponges and brushes and all that stuff. I said it's out, everything on her list out the door and wrapped is $155. That includes tax. They usually say, great, I'll take it. I said, great, do you want to do credit, Venmo, or no? And so then they pay you, and then you ask them when they want it delivered, and here's the last key point. Say, did you need anything for anyone at work, at the office, that looks classy like a Nordstrom's but more like Walmart budget? And he goes, yeah, actually, I have two people at work. I need something for like $20. And you say, great, let me put something together for you. And you could do Tootsie Rolls with Mint Bliss. You could do whatever. So if you guys just wrap your heads around this, grab your date book and figure out, just put a little pink square everywhere you could hold one of these. Let's say you block out 2 hours. Because if you're going to host them at your house, you don't go anywhere, right? So let's say you say, well, I could do one Thursday morning, I could do one Friday morning, and I could even do one Friday night. I could maybe do one Sunday evening. Like, just literally put in all the slots. So when you get her on the phone, say, well, I have a few openings. What works better for you? So number one is grab your date book right now. Figure out when. You're not going to fill all the squares. That's the whole point. But when are you available? And the second thing you want to think about is, what kind of a session do I want to offer? Mother and daughter, hydration, you want to do a spectacular spa party, or, So you can go on and look. You'll see all kinds of great ideas. Text your director and say, hey, I need some themed ideas for doing pampering sessions. And I would just say it's U+2. And if I say to the lady, yeah, U+2, and guess what you get for having us get together? You get any 2 items at 50% off that you want. Again, an item, not a repair set is not an item. But you guys think about that. If you give her 2 items at half price, you don't make any money, but you get her hooked on 2 items, right? So I know you guys are going to have a phenomenal Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, and please utilize this because I don't know anyone who couldn't use extra cash for Christmas. All right, you guys have a blessed day.